Hey, what up? It's Sai. I have a battle here with Jash93 from the Serebii forums. It was a pretty good battle. I did better than I thought I would. He did pretty good too. Kind of scared me a little bit. He sends out a Linoon and I send out my Vaporeon. He uses Belly Drum, and this Vaporeon I have doesn't have any attacks, so he could pretty much kill me if I didn't do anything. So I set up a sub, and he uses a Seed Bomb. And instead of switching, I use Baton Pass, so I don't lose the sub and he doesn't attack my incoming guy. So I send in my Metagross because I was pretty sure this would be a Smogon set, and the best thing he would have was a Shadow Claw, and I was right. So that brings me down to about half. I'm going to use Meteor Mash, and that's going to take him out, and I am very glad that I did that. He would have taken out half my team, at least. Then I send in a Flygon, and I'm predicting an Earthquake, so I switch into my Dragonite, and I was right. And this is a max speed Dragonite, and I wasn't sure if I'd be able to outspeed it, so I use Ice Beam and I outspeed it, and it's gonna KO the Flygon, useless crit. Then he sends in a Swampert, and I'm predicting an Ice Beam, so I switch back into my Vaporeon, and he uses Ice Punch, but it's an ice move, so I was still kinda right. So yeah, I use Tickle because Ice Beam or Ice Punch and any other physical moves he has will do less. And instead he sets up Stealth Rock, which I'm a little annoyed about, but whatever. So I use Substitute, thinking I could survive whatever else he throws at me, but instead he uses Roar, and it's going to bring my Metagross back out, and it gets hurt by Stealth Rocks. So then I use Zen Headbutt, and that's going to one-hit KO the Swampert. It's all the way down. I guess it wasn't very bulky, I don't know. Then he sends out a Heatran, and Zen Headbutt's not going to do too much to it because it's Steel, so I send out my Vaporeon predicting a Fire attack, but instead he uses Substitute, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, it's like sub versus sub here, and like I don't know what I'm going to do to him because this guy doesn't have any moves. He uses Toxic, and I probably, should have used Substitute or something. I don't know. I set up an Aqua Ring instead just to get some HP back. And yeah, he uses Earth Power, and that's not going to kill me. It's going to bring me down to like yellow. And I use Baton Pass, and I switch back into my Metagross again, and Aqua Ring stays with him because of Baton Pass. I end up going first, and I use Earthquake, and that's going to take out the Heatran sub. And then he's going to use a Flamethrower, and that's going to take out my Metagross. But he took out the sub, so that's all I really care about. Metagross did his job. Bye-bye. Leftovers. Awkward silence. Then I send in my Nidoking, and this is my Mix King. He uses Earth Power, and that actually doesn't kill me because I put some defense into this guy. Then I use Earthquake with him, and that's going to KO his Heatran because it's Stab, it's quad effective, that's like times 6, so that's going to kill him. Then I sends in a Tyranitar. I was pretty sure I could outspeed it. I wasn't sure. But I do, and that's going to bring him down to like half-ish, or a little less than half. And he uses Ice Fang, and that's going to be super effective, and it's going to KO my Nidoking. I'm not sure if that crit mattered, but he's dead. Doesn't matter. And Sandstorm's a little bit annoying. So now I send in my Drapion, and I use Substitute, and he's gonna use Substitute too, and I get pretty annoyed at that. Sandstorm hurts me, and I use Aqua Tail, and it's like the first time that ever hit, so I was pretty happy. And it's gonna take out his sub, and then he's going to use an Earthquake, and that's going to take out my sub. Yeah, that red guy. Sandstorm. I hate Sandstorm. I'm gonna make a Hail team and just beat someone's Sandstorm team with it because Hail is like underestimated. But back to the battle. I use Aqua Tail again. That's gonna KO his Tyranitar. And the Sandstorm's annoying me. He sends out his Metagross, and I use Substitute to bring me down to red health, and that's gonna activate my Landsat Berry. He uses Meteor Mash, and that's going to break my sub, which I'm not too worried about because I can still get an attack off, and the Landsat Berry activated, it should do something. I use Night Slash hoping for a crit, but I don't get it, and then he uses Meteor Mash and he misses, so I'm like, thank God! And the Sandstorm brings me down to 20, so I'm like scared now. I use Night Slash and I get the crit, and with the sniper ability it's going to do ×3, and it like just barely, it didn't even kill it. That's like 1 or 2 HP. I was so mad. But then he kills me with Grass Knot, and I'm like, what the hell? Grass Knot? So alright. So then I send in my Dragonite, and I use a Flamethrower on his like 7 HP Metagross, and that's going to take him out. And that is good game, Jash93. Like, comment, subscribe. Sharpedo's tank is back up. We need some people there. We have like 7, 8, 9, something like that. I'll leave the link to it in the description, and I will see you guys next video.